this tutorial we'll be looking at the basic configurations and setup within Logic Pro, looking at things like the core audio and setting up an interface. Okay, let's go. So before we begin, let's connect our USB interface to our computer via the USB cable. So once we've connected our audio interface, we can go and open up Logic Pro. And we can select an empty project, that's fine. And just add a software track, that's fine. Now, Logic Pro will generally prompt you to use your audio interface. I've just unplugged it so that I can show you this. So for example, if I replug it back in, it should come up with a prompt saying, do I want to use the Scarlett Solo USB? Hopefully it will, there we go. So yeah, do you want to use the Scarlett Solo USB? And it gives you a little bit of advice here. So you can change the audio device later in Logic Pro X by going to Preferences, Audio Devices. And this is what I'm going to show you. So for ease of use, we can just say use and you're good to go, no problem. There are times when you might want to switch your audio interface. You might want to switch to a different driver. So for those kind of things, or if it's not working, for example, we can go to Logic, Preferences, Audio, and under this tab here, you can see we've got our output device, our input device, and buffer size, and then a little bit more about processing threads, and if you want to select different calls. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to select our output device, so you could have it as a system settings, a built-in output, which is your computer output, or I've got a TV connected to this, so you can set that as your output device, an HDMI TV. So for this example, we're just going to say the Scarlett Solo USB, and the same with the input device as well, Scarlett Solo USB. It's great, and then all you need to do is click Apply Changes. Just a little bit about the I/O buffer size. Now, the I/O buffer size is basically how much RAM Logic Pro is going to take up from your computer. So if you're recording, you want to set this on quite a low setting. 128 is good. You might get away with 256. But basically, the more you increase this, the more RAM Logic Pro takes up from your computer, which is fine if you're processing or mixing or using a whole load of plugins, programming. That's great. The only problem you're going to have is you're going to have latency. So if you're recording or programming anything in MIDI, it's going to be delayed. So what you want to do is you want to set this to the lowest possible buffer if you are recording or programming, and then when you're mixing or doing anything really processor heavy and RAM intensive, you want to push that up to the max. And again, you just have to apply the changes for those to take effect. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you understand a bit more about Logic Pro and how to configure some of the audio parameters and interface settings. Please check out some of my other videos on my channel, and until next time.